Fox 35 News.
He's only 13, but he's a monster behind the wheel. You're about to meet the youngest driver of this year's Monster Jam. The news starts in 1 minute.
Four in the history books: who won, who didn't, and the little racer may eventually make it into one of these future races. Rob?
He's too young to drive legally on our streets, but not too young to drive the Monster Jam. We're going to introduce you and give you a spin in just a little bit.
Be it. Well, coming up, he weighs less than 100 pounds, but does he ever rock it behind the wheel?
Stick around for Little Gator's spin around our parking lot and his pretty impressive story. It is all coming up next.
Right now on Fox 35 News at 10.
All right, the question is, who was behind the wheel of number 30 at last night's Monster Jam in Orlando? I think you're going to be a little surprised, and you're about to meet him. So joining us right now, 13-year-old Monster Jam driver Noah Cornman, known as Little Gator. You were at the Monster Jam in Orlando, and you were down in Tampa, too. Thanks for coming in.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
It's my pleasure to be here bringing the Gatorland Racecar out to Fox News.
Well, this is pretty cool, and yes, you brought your car. Now, this is a 1934 Florida Legend Coupe. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And it goes pretty fast.
Yes.
How fast did you go in this?
My top speed's 90, but it really just depends on the track. If it has more banking, you're going to get faster in the corners and build your momentum.
Now, we have some video of you last night that we're going to look at right now. And while we roll this video, tell me a little bit about last night and how you fared.
I had a lot of fun last night taking the Gatorland Racecar to the Citrus Bowl, and I got to meet a lot of new people.
How'd you do?
I got 5th out of 9, and I felt really good about that.
Well, you should feel really good about that. You're not even old enough to drive out on the highway here, but yet you're driving. Now, here's what's interesting. I did a little reading, and it turns out that Noah's car here, the 1934 Florida Legend Coupe, is actually the same sort of car that NASCAR drivers Kurt and Kyle Busch used as a stepping stone, right?
Yes, ma'am. They used to race some all over the country, and that's how they learned, too.
And your dream is to go to NASCAR. Why don't we finish the rest of this interview with you inside there? Can you do that for us?
Yeah, sure.
Not easy, is it?
No.
Well, maybe for you.
Yeah.
Now, see, I thought maybe I would get on inside here, but upon looking at it, I realized that won't be possible, I don't think. And there it is. So tell us what your dreams are, Noah.
My dream is to be a NASCAR driver, but it's going to take a lot of work to get there.
Are you prepared to do it?
Yes, ma'am.
What's the last thing you want people to know about you before we go? Because I imagine if you want to be a NASCAR driver, you're going to have to work real hard and get some sponsorship. So this is your chance. What do you want everyone to know?
I want everyone to know that I'm a hard worker and I'm dedicated to the sport.
I think you're awesome.
Thank you.
Good luck to you. Why don't you drive on out for us? Can you do that?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Thanks, Noah.
Thank you.
Great interview, Tracy. We loved it.
Car was super cool, by the way.
Yeah, well, the kid was super cool.
I know, he's only 13 years old.